Happy Sunday, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Car Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, and football. My name is Jocelyn Carr, and I just am coming today with I'd like to unpack what has happened over the last week in college football, in particularly with my alma mater, Alabama. University of Alabama Roll Tide. First of all, the wave of emotions over the last week has been just a complete roller coaster, from watching the Natty and seeing Michigan dismantle Washington. A team who's allegedly, let me put that out there, cheated for who knows how long, and of course their defense is everybody does it, whatever, okay? And so they were crowned, champions of this season, to me with an asterisk. Let's just be clear, because in the next year or two, it'll probably be stripped from them, but whatever. To Wednesday, our coach, our beloved legend of a coach, Nick Saban, retiring in a stunner. I still believe nobody was really truly prepared for it, and to hear his interview with Reese Davis about how up until 5 minutes before he went into the team meeting, he had two different speeches. He had one that he was going to retire, and he had another that they were about to hit the ground running and get this next season going. I'm like, I sense that. Like, everybody knew it was imminent, but I don't know that I felt that it was completely planned for 2024. I don't know. So, a wave of emotions, literally. I felt like we, the Alabama fan base, we, the Alabama alumni, we, the faithful, we're really in mourning. Seriously, we're in mourning. And then it flipped to, there was a lot of sadness, and then it flipped to, I found myself smiling more and more, Thursday morning, thinking about all of the memories, all of the moments. And I loved that many of my favorite YouTube channels were, and all over. We saw it on ESPN, we saw it, we're replaying, some of the greatest moments, particularly in pressers, which nobody could do a press conference like Coach Nick Saban. Let's just be clear. It's just, there were so many lessons and so many clapbacks and so many out. It was just classic Nick Saban. And then it went into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. We have no coach. Now, mind you, perspective. Clearly, we have forgotten what it was like in 2006 when the search for our next coach was on, because that was a total, I think, of 44 or 45 days that we went without a head coach before Coach Nick Saban. And then there was the whole debacle about, the Miami coach, his name is escaping me right now, that he and I'm the University of Miami coach, that he committed and then he decommitted, so we thought we had a coach, then all of a sudden the rug was pulled from under us and we didn't have a coach. And it was the scramble for who's going to coach Alabama football. And it was like 45 days worth. So I have no idea how we managed that stretch, because I will speak for myself, but I think I'm pretty confident in this for the Alabama fan base. We almost lost our minds in 48 hours of not having a coach. And here's why. Number one, we have become, since in 17 years, and the introduction of all of these smart devices, we have become so accustomed to instantaneous gratification. We order our food is brought to our door. It may not be in an instant, but it's brought to our door fairly quickly. Groceries brought to our door. Everything, we press a button, it's there. We get the information, we can see it, we can almost touch it, we know that it's in our possession and we're good. It's either here or it's here very quickly. That's number one. Number two, with the onset and unleashing of the transfer portal and NIL, the top of Pandora's box being removed, now it's a free fall. And so our coach announced his retirement. Our team has 30 days in the portal that's opened up to them, that they can now go and decide, well, hey, what's a better fit for me? I don't know who our coach is. Or B, I'll take the highest bidder right now. I'm in a financial bind, or I just want to, maybe have a little bit more monetary value for myself and my family right now, which is to your right to do that. I'm not disagreeing that our players need to be compensated, considering the billions, that college football, brings in every season. So, yeah. But I got a problem. Y'all knew the butt was coming. I have a serious problem with what is happening in our world. Because, okay, the coaches have been doing it. Fair. Coaches have been leaving for more money, more pay. Or let's not just limit it to money, but it's a promotion. They're gone from DC or OC to now they're a head coach somewhere. So, they're moving up the ladder of success. And so I hear on one side, it's the same for the kids. These athletes want to be able to play. They want to get out there and they want to be able to create more value and better value for themselves, because they've been sitting on the bench. So they haven't been able to get out there and prove what they can do to create more value for themselves and possibly set themselves up for success in the NFL. I understand all of that. But can you all see? I cannot be the only one that sees that our value system, our entire value system is broken. What profiteth a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? The love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, but the love. And I just see a driving force, that there is this greed that is driving these decisions. And it's from adults to 18-year-olds who are now adults, but young adults who still need guidance, 17-year-olds who still need guidance. And it's like, what are we, the adults, teaching these young people as to what they need to value? That's the issue that I have. And so it sickened me this week. It sickened me to know, first of all, that all this hemming and hawing about going to Coach Norvell, going to Lane Kiffin, or going to Sark, as a possible head coach, probably really never happened in the first place. This was all a ploy by the agent, Jimmy Sexton. Y'all all heard this and you know this, to get his coaches, his clients, more money in their own contracts at their individual schools. And pad his pockets. I'm not judging. I hear you now. I'm not judging. I'm observing the fruit. And that's scriptural. We shall know the tree by its fruit. the fruit that it bears. And I just take issue with that. I'm just seeing it and I'm like, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the direction that our world has been going for a long time. But now it's just like, we're just full-fledged out. Everybody's out for themselves. Everybody's out for themselves and how much they can get for themselves and theirs. And I just see us like this. I see our world like this, as opposed to like this. Gimme, 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 mine, it's my time, I gotta shine, I gotta do, And so we've lost the sense, I feel like, of team. Alabama Sci-Fi, that's great. But all of a sudden, folks are hitting the portal left and right and left and right. Now, yeah, they got to get themselves, it may be they never played. It may be they sat on the bench. But when you got star players, when you got just your wands entering the portal, I got a problem with that. I really do. Like, you are a leader. You are in the wands. So what are you showing everybody else around you? And so I'm just saying, I'm telling you what I'm seeing. That's what I'm telling you. What I'm seeing. And this week I was sick. Like, it made me sick. It literally was making me physically sick to where I was like, I gotta turn this off. I don't need to know anything else. From the fact that all of these ADs and head coaches are sending out these, they're making video announcements now, which this is the age of social media. And it's, when you got head coaches putting out videos that I'm staying at my school, acting like they were, offered a job somewhere else. And y'all, the videos were corny as heck. The video, and Florida State was, I don't know who was worse, Dan Lanning or Florida State and the associate AD who put out the black smoke from the chimney, as in, their coach is staying. I was like, is this who we are? Like, is this what we become now? Like, and I'm y'all's age. Like, I'm saying y'all's like some of these coaches' age. Like, so I'm not like I'm old, but like, y'all, I get it. You want to appeal to the young people, but how about we elevate the young people? There's a way to appeal to them and still elevate them rather than just coming down and doing what they do. Like, really. And to me, that's an identifier of whether or not your leadership is what it needs to be. Yes, you adapt in the culture, but you don't become that to lead that. You find a way to get in so you can elevate, so you can influence, so you can impact. So I just, oh God, that with the coaches and the ADs of other schools putting out these videos about their coaches staying, and I was just like, y'all are just, this is too much. It literally felt like a whole soap opera this past week. So by Thursday night, Friday morning, was that Friday morning? I don't even know. It's all a blur now. Friday morning, we still had no coach. It was a lot of people getting X'd off the list that probably never, according to our athletic director, Greg Byrne, he was in Washington Wednesday night. Coach made his announcement at around 6 p.m. Eastern time that he was retiring. And our AD was in Washington that night, according to Greg Byrne. That tells me that was our first choice. And the fact that Coach Saban had gone after Washington's offensive coordinator, Grubb, which now this morning the news is he's leaving Washington. So he's probably coming with Coach Kalen, to Alabama, which is what we as Alabama fans wanted for real. We were like, bring your OC with you, So then there was that, the fact, that knowledge, that piece that, he was our first choice. Coach wanted that OC last year to be our OC, and he turned him down. And then he took his team with Coach Kalen, to the Natty. I didn't like all the rumor mill, all the things that circulate, X was off the chain. Twitter was off the chain over the last week with the rumors and who's in the portal, who's not in the portal, who's staying, people creating fake accounts on behalf of players, saying that they were transferring and there was a fake account, and so it's just, y'all, it was insane. That was Friday. So then by midday, we kind of started getting word that yes, it's DeBoer. Coach Debo. I'm gonna call him Coach Debo. I'm gonna call him Coach K, Coach Kalen. That's who it is. Okay. Great, fantastic. We did the whole watch the online, one of my favorite channels on YouTube, Bama Football on YouTube. They streamed probably all week, 13, 14 hours of streaming, continuous, coverage of what was happening, who was in the portal, who wasn't, what all of the talk was about where we were on the coaching, hire process. So we watched the plane land in Tuscaloosa. That was fantastic. We're on a high. Yes, Coach Kalen has landed in Tuscaloosa. Now we just need to secure our DC, our OC, our wide receivers coach. And I think that wide receiver coach is coming from Washington, Wiggins. Wiggins left. Wiggins was ours. Whatever the wide receiver coach's name is at Washington, y'all put them in the comments. Y'all know y'all always help me out, and I appreciate that. He's coming. I think he's coming from Washington. Fantastic. We got a QB whisperer. We potentially have, wide receiver, coach. Jalen's about to be connecting. Whoever's going to be at QB1 is going to be connecting left and right with receivers. And we could possibly have another Heisman. That's on the offensive side. And so that's why this is a great hire. This was a great hire. We're on a high after the plane lands. Folks are out at Tuscaloosa Airport. It's absolutely phenomenal to see. We're witnessing history. There's a new coach at the University of Alabama. He's being welcomed by fans, at the airport. He's being welcomed by fans at the Malmore Complex. He went straight to the Malmore Complex to have a team meeting and meet with the team. We see video footage of people like Jalen Hurts hugging him, embracing him, very glad, to meet him, that he's there. And Caleb Downs was right behind Jalen Milroe in that one particular video, because that's the big question mark. Is Caleb Downs going to stay? Freshman of the year. Should have been defensive player of the year. Is he going to stay? Or is he going to jump ship? Because we're on that high, and then we wake up Saturday morning and find out that T-Rob is off to Athens. Kirby Smart did it again. Anybody and everybody Kirby can get from our staff, he's going to get them. And so who we thought would be elevated to our defensive coordinator, because Kevin Steele retired, now has jumped ship, and he's over there in Georgia. Hats off to him. Good luck, T-Rob. Knock it out the park. T-Rob is an Auburn alum, I'm going to put a period there. So then it's like, are you kidding me? So the wave of emotions, y'all, this week, the wave of emotions, it has been unreal. It really, really has. And here's the thing. Like, we had a national championship on Monday. Now, I don't know about y'all. I know what my feeds look like on my socials, And I haven't been watching a whole lot of, well, I mean, I have been watching ESPN. What? There was a natty on Monday. And I feel like there was a natty on Monday. The greatest college football coach of all time retires on Wednesday. And I just felt like Alabama has been in the headlines since Wednesday. And it's almost like, was there even a natty on Monday? I'm just saying. But the coach that played in the natty, that coached the natty for one team on Monday, by Friday, is deplaning in Tuscaloosa at Tuscaloosa Airport to be the head coach of Alabama. So I just still feel like, we dominated the headlines this week, definitely after Wednesday. So there's that. So then there's the hate that comes with that. People, they hate Alabama. Get over it. Get over it. So where are we? Where are we on Sunday morning? T-Rob is gone. We had the press conference. The actual official introduction of Coach Kalen as the new head coach at the University of Alabama happened yesterday afternoon. Fantastic speech. I feel like he knocked it out the park. You could see his authenticity. You could see his heart for his players at the end when, he about broke down talking about his team, at Washington. How he's already met with the players and meeting with multiple leader groups and players individually already. And he hadn't even been in Tuscaloosa for 24 hours. Like, he's hitting the ground running. And so probably all of that, outstanding. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just felt like I ran over a squirrel. I was like, get out the way, but I looked back and it wasn't flattened in the middle of the road, so we're good. So I said all that to say, great speech. But of course, the biggest takeaway has been learning that Coach Saban will have an office in Bryant-Denny Stadium, which I won't be surprised if they rename the stadium or after, Bryant Saban Stadium. I really won't be surprised. But Coach Saban has an office in the stadium, and then to hear Coach Kalen, actually say, that Coach Saban has 100% access to the football program. Well, I love it. And I know you're like, but you don't want to be someone's puppet. That's, no. It's for the transitional period that, like, right now we have no DC. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Can Coach Saban be our DC? Make Coach Saban the defensive coordinator. How epic would that be? I'm just saying, because he didn't say that he's walking away from football altogether. He said he can't keep up at the pace at which he does things, which is a standard of excellence, because of the NIL, the transfer portal, head coaching, a squad, and doing something with the defense, a lot more than he's used to, and recruiting. And I mean, like, it was a lot. And postseason play, prepping for postseason play. He's doing all of that, all the pressers, all the media, all the things that he has to do with that. Like, just scale him back a little and give him a defensive coordinating position. Even if he was a defensive analyst. I just think that would be epic. But he's going to pick. Coach Saban is going to pick. He's going to clearly pick whoever we have on defense. That's going to be clear. That's going to be clear. And I can't wait for that announcement. But I was very glad to hear Coach Kalen, give Coach his flowers, not only his flowers, but complete access. And then to say that the players are welcome back. All the Alabama alumni are welcome back, into the facility. These players use the facilities all the time in the off season, to come in, be on the sidelines, even in the locker room and speaking to players. Like, we need that. So I was so glad to hear about that. Also, Clinton Dix, former NFLer, Alabama alum, is on our staff in a capacity of, maybe he's one of the DB coaches. He's on the defensive staff. He may be a defensive coach, DB coach. I like elevating him. But again, it's gonna have to be what, Coach Kalen, sees as a good fit. I hope he's taken. I'm sure he is. He said he is taking all of the suggestions, that Coach Saban will have, to offer him. So, y'all, it's been a week. Some of the guys that have entered the portal, FSU has picked up like at least 4 of our players. FSU, I don't know what y'all trying to do, but I don't even know that. But Roydell Williams was the last yesterday to transfer, 5th-year senior. And Roydell's a great back. He's a great back, but we got justice and we got jam. And that's the knockout punch. And there's still Richard Young, and there's still some other people behind them. So I get it if you still want to play another year and create more value for yourself, in that. But Isaiah Bond, Bond being in the portal right now, that's the part that I'm like, get your tail out the portal, dude. Are you kidding, 17? Get your tail out the portal. Like, you got a quarterback whisperer on the way. You got a wide receiver coach on the way that just had the number 2 runner-up in the Heisman. Like, you get your tail out the portal. Quit playing. But then again, I'm like, if you're gonna be a star for us like that, and then just dip so easy, oh my gosh, there's a train. Have I ever gotten caught by a train? Now I'm gonna be real late. This is the story of my life. Anyway, I'm like, 17, get out the portal. Get out the portal, 17. Get out the portal. All right, I've been going long. You could tell I've had a lot bottled up this week. This morning, the news is Coach Grubb, from Washington, is not returning to Washington. So we're waiting for the announcement that he will be the new offensive coordinator at Alabama. Tommy Rees, I don't know. There was a rumor that Kirby got Tommy Rees yesterday as well from us. Kirby, y'all, you can have him. Respectfully. You can have him, I'm just saying, if he stays at Alabama, I don't know all the expertise with Grubb as an OC and a quarterback whisperer. If we need